In this video, I'm going to be explaining what net neutrality is and why you should be for net neutrality as a consumer and why you should be against the plans of our current FCC chairman to gut net neutrality. And the reason that I'm talking about this particular topic is not only because it's been in the spotlight, it's because last week over Thanksgiving, I was explaining to my uncle, who is the same uncle that I interviewed a year ago in the videos titled Retired Police Officer Interview, and I was explaining to him what net neutrality is and why you should definitely be for it, because a lot of older people really don't understand what net neutrality is, and I think that us as a younger generation needs to make more people aware of this because it affects everyone. And what net neutrality is the notion that you as a consumer pays for internet and the internet service provider has to provide the same speeds across the board to the websites you visit. But without net neutrality, the internet service providers such as Comcast and Spectrum, they're able to pick and choose the speeds that they want to allow for certain websites. I mean, this was evident with Netflix. I forget which company it was either Comcast or Spectrum. They forced them to pay more money in order to retain, speeds that would allow people to use Netflix. And with our current FCC chairman, he wants to get rid of that. And you're going to see a lot of your favorite internet sites being slowed down to a standstill. And actually I should have explained this earlier in the video, but an analogy that I would like to use is, imagine you have a water utility who also manufactures shower heads and faucets, and the water utility wants you, or the manufacturers of the shower heads or faucets of their competition, to pay more, or if they don't, then they're going to slow down their water pressure. Now, could you imagine taking a shower with half the water pressure of your current shower head? Well, that's basically what the internet service providers want to do, because they're in not just providing cable internet, they're also in they also own various media companies, such as Comcast owns NBC. Spectrum owns Time Warner, or not Time Warner, or they actually bought Time Warner, but they own Turner, which is I think TBS or something like that, and they own a lot of different cable TV channels, and they see services such as Netflix, Amazon Prime, Sling TV, and all these other internet media providers being a threat to their other businesses. And the way that they're trying to get over on them is they're going to extort them and say, hey, look, you have to pay more money or we're going to slow down your speeds. And another issue that I wanted to bring up as well was that Republicans will say that, oh, well, if you don't like your internet service provider, then you can just switch over to somewhere else. Let the free market decide who people want as their internet service provider. Well, the problem with that is that more than half of Americans only have one internet service provider that they can use where they currently live. It's not like, oh, if you don't like McDonald's, you can go to Burger King or Arby's. No, it's just McDonald's and that's it. I mean, there's no competition in the internet service provider industry whatsoever. I live in a suburb of Toledo, and my family lives back in Akron, and we only have access to one internet service provider, or at least one high-speed internet service provider, because I'm pretty sure most people don't want to have AOL or some other dial-up form of internet, and it's not right. And you can't just pick and choose. It's just not like that. And in closing, I just want to say that this issue is important to us all, because the Republicans do not care about the consumer. They want to get rid of the Consumer Protection Bureau. They want to get rid of all these protections that we have as consumers, and they want all the rules be in favor of the big corporations, and that's not okay. And it's not fair that you pay for your internet, and a lot of times the amount of money you pay for your internet is it's a lot of money, you know, and I shouldn't have to have my internet speed slow down because, you know, oh, let's say a certain website or a certain you know, app that I use doesn't want to pay the extortion money. It's like the mafia or something, man, and it's sad. And I'm really interested in hearing what you guys have to say in the comments below. Please like this video, share it everywhere, because this stuff is, you know, it's definitely going to be on the chopping block pretty soon, and more people need to be made aware of this. And please write to your, you know, your congressmen, your senators, you know, raise awareness about this, you know, talk to people about it. And that's all I have to say. Thanks. Peace.